Hello there once again, people, and welcome to yet another episode of the endless series of seeking, well, Shamblers. So this time around, we're checking out the cult. And yeah, it's basically a level that doesn't actually have a level name inside the actual level. It comes from the documentation itself. And if you happen to remember, this is actually a level that was included with the Aftershock regular levels. Not the Aftershock toolbox, the regular standard Aftershock, as part of the standalone levels. That was a collection of like 65 levels or so. The big difference though between that one and this one is that that one was a heavily redone, retexture. It wasn't really what you would see on the internet as your standard shovelware file. This is the actual version that you'd see as opposed to that, I guess you could say, commercialized version. For, I guess, the reason of, well, copyright? Yeah, it really doesn't matter too much, but especially since certain ones kind of bypass the whole copyright like other shovelware CDs, but that's aside the point. Let's not pay attention to that fact. Let's just pay attention to the fact that we actually got this stuff. Anyway, let's see here. So this is the cult made by Viper. And yeah, it's totally a single player level, no real deathmatch whatsoever. And yeah, it's just a some small Quake level that I use to learn basically how to design Worldcraft with. So, needless to say, nothing really fancy. It's just how we learn to do something in Worldcraft. Not sure if he ever did anything else besides this one level. Yeah, not really anything fancy except for the fact that it is single player based. And especially during the days of Aftershock, single player levels were hard to come by. It felt like most levels we were playing at that particular point were deathmatch oriented, and so therefore this particular level was one of those standout levels that actually had some degree of playability. Now, this is a lot later, we've done a lot more levels, we've seen numerous different single player levels, so our perspective has kind of changed on the matter, but regardless to say, I guess it could hold a bit of nostalgia? I guess? I'm not really sure if you can hold nostalgia for this stuff, but especially since it's kind of a close succession and whatnot. But needless to say, it's still the idea that it is one of the earlier ones that we saw, and therefore it kind of holds a bit of significance before we kind of got to like a bit of this craziness. So yeah, I guess that's kind of how we'll go with this. Anyway, I guess there's really not much more to really say about this. We have kind of, like I said, have some idea what it's about, so I'm just going to check it out, load it up, and hopefully, well, move through this. As you see, it's going to be very wizard-based, apparently, this time. Definitely very wizardy. Based on that wood texture alone, that's basically like the one key I have. Everything else looks like that's a terracotta texture right there. So, yeah, it's definitely different mixtures of medieval-themed stuff, at least. So yeah, medieval. Fancy. I'm hearing ogres, all that. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I? And I remember this area. This is the area of pain. I remember having a lot of nightmarish issues here. What I'm going to do is try and rush down those stairs, grab the yellow armor so I'm secured, and then try and deal with the Rottweilers from down there. So, wish me luck. Simple enough to deal with that. And now from here, he's just going to bounce them straight over my head because of how the angling is of these projectiles. That bounces straight over me. Okay, now one side's done. He's firing just over my head once again. Due to angles and gravity. Hooray for gravity! It works with me, as long as I know what I'm doing. As you see, rather easy to do. As opposed to trying to stand up here, whereby I would have been pretty exposed and, well, easily dead. And I think I remember that during the last playthrough, it's like the similar type level to this one. Untextured, well, I guess you could say retextured version. Untextured, retextured, tomato, tomato, potato, potato. So yeah, you come around here, you just kill some basic enemies. Nothing really fancy. Like I said, it's just a basic single player level. Oh god, it's a fiend. Okay, we need to wipe out the fiend. Okay, this is a bad idea, but luckily I killed him. Now where in God's name is the... I thought there was like a nail gun or something. You know, I thought there was something more to deal with the fiend than a shotgun. Really really strange. There's like no weaponry. I'm really suspicious about that, people, because like I said, it feels like, I'm not sure, but I felt like I had more last time I was here. Maybe I'm just thinking of stuff. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this type of mission, so yeah. As you see, it's relatively linear, not really much in the way of exploration. Definitely compared to the more fancy levels, it's nothing too grandiose. But it has its some simplicity. It works fine, nothing really offensive here either. And as you see, it does have some interesting little texturing. As you see, like this open little valley filled with lava and death. I would say, though, definitely compared to a lot of levels we've been playing recently, this one's almost a cakewalk. Yeah, I'm so used to a lot of the other levels that we've been checking out that, yeah, we kind of, like, improved a lot in skill. In this level's kind of stayed in stasis, I guess you could say. Where's that message? The wood door is open! How does that make you feel? They're trying to play bully psychiatry on me. And yes, this is a time door, so we have to, like, rush up here and have the door close on me because I can. But the door, I hate that door. Okay, now we run back, we press it again. I mean, we could rush through there, but then, of course, we're going to have to deal with pain. How does it make you feel? It makes you feel great. What doors are open? Doors are open for me everywhere I go. Oh, God. Okay, so here come the knights. Okay, so at this point, we should have the ability to move forward. Wait, there's still 2 more knights. I need to get myself so that way I'm not moving around like I'm a spastic shaky cam person. Let's see here. And one problem! Where is all the ammo? I could have sworn there was a nail gun. Mainly because I don't have really any ammo whatsoever besides 40 shells. That's not bad, but yeah, against the Shambler, it might be a bit interesting and painful. Though I guess because it's Nightmare, it might actually be a bit easier. I believe I kind of talked about this last time, but because of how Nightmare works, and if you look at my skill, it's on Nightmare, as usual. But yeah, basically the Shambler is just going to spam me endlessly. And if I was on hard, he would try and come up and try and kill me. It's kind of a controversial thing that basically people end up saying it's a bit harder on hard than Nightmare. And I think on this particular level, that might be the case. This level really isn't designed very well for a Nightmare mindset. It's designed more, I guess, for a hard mindset. But yeah, there's other levels whereby all that spamming would be an absolute nightmare. Levels whereby you're thrown directly into a hall with a Shambler. And you don't really have anywhere to back up. That will be absolutely freaking brutal because you can't stun lock him. See, in hard and weaker modes, you can really stun lock a Shambler. You can like charge forward, like hit him, move back, hit him, move back. You can't really do that in Nightmare. So because of that, it ends up being a bit rougher to face Shamblers in that way. So even though you do have that way that he'll be more aggressive, at the same time the Shambler is exploitable on weaker difficulties to the point that it's almost a bit harder to deal with him in Nightmare. Because you can't use that exploit. So like an E1M6, whereby you're basically pitted over a pool of lava and you don't really have anything to do but face a freaking Shambler directly. So, needless to say, it's all situational. Anyway, let's see here. We need to, like, kill the Shambler. You're surprised, trust me, I know. I'm not surprised at all, buddy. I've been prepared for the last year and a half. Just now, you finally revealed. Okay, now we play peekaboo around this one corner. And as you see, we can just play peekaboo with this particular wall. And there we are! Dead! Simply and certainly. Alright, very basic level, very simple and straightforward. Here's the exit. I think this says goodbye when you exit, I want to say. I forget, but we'll see if what happens. Now there was nothing, no goodbye message. Ah, a shame, only 2 messages, but they were rather interesting messages. Definitely weird commentary to be having that, how does that make you feel with door. Yeah. like I said, there's really not much to really talk about here. Like I said, this is one of those redundant ones that we've kind of seen before, but not really tackled in this particular manner. But regardless, it is a thing to tackle, to say we've done, and to bring closure to. So, with that in mind, thank you all for watching. It's, as usual, been an adventure, and I guess I'll see you all hopefully in something with a bit more variety. Variety is always good. See you all, well then.